How's everyone doing? I thought I'd just do a little video on updates on what's going on with the BKFC. Got lots of people asking questions about what's going on. Is the rematch happening, or there's new faces arriving into the company? So where do we all stand and what's going on? And basically, I was going to give my little view on what I think's going on. So I've seen the day Fedor Emelianenko's joining the company. I think that's meant, you know what I mean? Someone that everyone knows who Fedor is, you know. I think it'll be a great asset to the company. Everyone's going to want to fight him, you know, just to say that you have. I think it's absolute massive signing. I think it's like great for the company, great for the image, you know what I mean? Fair enough, he's getting on a little bit, but he's a massive name, you know. Like, he was top of the game for ages and ages, you know, and I think anyone who gets a chance to fight him want to count the blessings, you know. I've seen today that he's going to be fighting Rothwell straight away for the title. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen, because when I was the champion, I kept getting linked to Mark Hunt. And to be honest, I was asking for the Mark Hunt fight rather than the Rothwell fight, just because I thought Mark was a bigger name. And we got told that we can't fight Mark until he's already had a fight in the company. So although Fedor, he's the biggest name in MMA, I think probably his history, you know. But if one person can't have a fight for the title because they're not in the company, I think that should apply to everyone. Now, if Fedor needs a little fighter to get in for the title shot, I'm available. You know what I mean? I'm back training again now. Because basically I'll fight anyone, you know what I mean? The other person I've seen that's linked to the company, and I'm honestly hoping that he does get in there, is Andrei Arlovski. When I first started watching MMA years ago, back in England, I was on a channel called Bravo. I used to stop up late at night and watch it. Andrei Arlovski was one of the first ones that I watched at heavyweight. He was great, you know, very explosive. You can get a chance to fight him, that's another one, you know, to tick off the bucket list, really. When I look at future fights, it's basically I just want to fight the best people that they've got. I don't want to be fighting the people that's fighting 1-0 and 1-1. I mean, I'm seeing Perdomo's fighting again. He's fighting another kid 1-1, which I find strange because he's very good. I think Perdomo could be a future world champion in this promotion. And I don't know if they're padding his record or he's asking for the easy fights, but the kid's good. He's knocking everybody out and around, and like, well, why are you fighting people 1-0? You know what I mean? Like, put it on the line. Fight someone that's got a half decent record. I think Arnold Adams has already put it on him to have the fight, and I think from what I've heard, I'm not saying Perdomo has, but someone in Perdomo's management team has knocked that fight back. I can't understand that. If you think you're going to be a world champion, you take the fight. It doesn't matter who you fight, you just take anyone that they give you. You'll never ever hear me say, I'm not fighting him. I'll fight whoever they put in front of us, and that's the way I am. And I think if you want to be a world champion, I think all fighters should be that way. But anyways, getting on to the Rothwell rematch, I haven't heard anything yet. I messaged Ben. Ben's keen for the rematch, well, he says he would accept it in anyways. I text Feldman a lot, you know, after the fight. You know what it is, I think what it is, with that fight, it's hard to accept because I got knocked out that quick. And I'm hearing people that are going, oh, lucky punch. Listen, there's no such thing as a lucky punch. When I fought Ben punched me in the face and then he took my head off. I can't remember any of the fight after that punch. I think I woke up an hour later. But if I had let us continue 1 hour later, I would have been more than willing to get up and continue. But that punch was a terrific punch, you know, and it hit us and knocked us out, and I can't whinge about it. It's he got us, you know. So it's just one of them things. No such thing as a lucky punch. So when I know people are trying to defend us and saying that, oh, lucky punch, he just caught you. Every 100 fights you might beat him. I might not beat him. Ben's a big man. If he catches you at any point in that fight, you're going to sleep. And it happened. It just so happened to happen to me in the first 30 seconds. So there's no such thing as a lucky punch. Ben done very well. And I think he actually timed that shot well. When he poked us in the eye, I was busy throwing the left hook. I let him with the left hook. Poked us in the eye, I've lost my temper. I've let him with the left hook again. He just timed it right and caught us. Cannot whinge about it. He got us. I will say though, I don't know if you can see my eye, it's still very red. I might have to get the doctor's fault that. I don't know, Ben, I don't know if you haven't cleaned your fingernails or something, but my eye's still very red off that. Altogether on that show, the Philadelphia show, if you've watched it, it was an absolute amazing show. I mean, it was close to 20,000 people in there. I mean, the atmosphere was electric. Philadelphia was a good place. I enjoyed the people there. Everything was mint, you know. The only gripe I think I had on the whole thing was at the press conference. Ben tried to make out I was a bully, and he tried to be a victim. And I'm thinking, you're 6'4", 6'5", 300 pounds, and you're trying to play the victim. And then he's kicking off that I'm calling his weight. And I'm saying, Ben, I'm not calling you fat because I think you're a law horse. You're just a gigantic man. Now the weight is 265. When we fought on that show in Philadelphia, there was 3 heavyweight fights. 2 fights were 265 and the title fight was at 275. So I'm not calling you fat. I'm saying you're a special case. That's what I'm saying. When you joined the BKFC, when I fought Arnold Adams for the title, you were meant to fight Todd Duffy. For some reason, the weight got moved to 270. It was 270 on that fight. And because the weight got moved, I remember sitting in the commission doing the medicals, and the commissioner was kicking off saying it should be 265. Obviously the weight was 270 because you were also on the card and they were gearing you up to fight for the title next. I mean, you never turned up for that when you had COVID. So when I fought on the next show, which I ended up fighting Lorenzo Hunt, Lorenzo's smaller than me, so the weight was then 265 again because Lorenzo wouldn't have the advantage. I didn't complain, I just moved the weight down to 265. So when I fought again, I remember, in fact, after the Lorenzo fight, obviously we had the fight, went to changing rooms. I actually looked for Lorenzo to see how he was. Obviously he hurt his arm. Obviously there's bits of banter before the fight, but after the fight you don't want to hurt each other. So I went looking for Lorenzo. I couldn't find him. He was already at hospital, I think. And I bumped into Ben in the corridor outside the changing rooms. And I says to Ben, I went, looks like it's me and you next. And Ben went, no, I don't think so, mate. They're going to make a new super heavyweight division for me. I was like, oh, well then I'll go up the weight, I'll fight at that. So the weight was never an issue for me. The issue was they were moving things around just for you. So like, to me, it was like you're a special case. You know what I mean? You can't make the weight, let's move it for Ben. And like the weight's been moved 3 times, 4 times, so that's my issue. I don't care that you're heavyweight. If I had a sign at the beginning and it says it's an open weight, it's 205 to open weight, I went fair enough. But when I first joined, I had to come down from 300 pounds to 265. That was the weight, so I had to lose the weight. So if I've got to do it, maybe you should have to do it. And anyways, our fight was 275, I agreed, no complaints. I think you weighed in 300 pounds a day before the weigh-in or something, you've cut all the weight and still didn't complain. You cut down to 274 from 297 the night before. Because I actually watched you weigh-in and I congratulated you, I thought you done very well. I thought that was a hard cut, you know what I mean? I thought you done well. So I didn't complain, I'm not calling you for it. I actually congratulate you, I says well done, that would have been hard. But when there's 2 other fights on that show that aren't title fights and they're 265 and I was at 275 for you, don't make out that I'm calling you fat and that you're a victim. I'm saying everything's being moved just for you. So that was the whole point. I'm not calling you a fat bastard. I'm just saying, well, the whole goalposts are moving just for you. So when you look at, like, people are saying, are you getting a rematch or you're not? Who's Ben going to fight? And I keep looking in and I'm thinking there's nobody asking to fight Ben. Nobody. You look at Perdomo. Perdomo's now fighting someone who's 1-1. He's kept his mouth shut. You might ask for the fight after that, but like, what is he, 6-0? Perdomo's 6-0. He's still fighting people who are 1-1, 1-0, 0-1. Now you're fighting someone 1-1. If you want title fights, Leonardo, fight someone worth fighting. You've got Josh Copeland. So you look, Josh Copeland's give Ben his best fight up to date. Does he deserve a rematch? Possibly. He's give Ben his best fight. I think, did he take him 3-4 rounds? And he did give Ben a hard time. So he needs a little bit of credit for that. And then you've got Josh Stewart, who was in the division. He knocked out that, what was he, the American football kid. Excellent knockout, I love watching that. He was a massive underdog and he went in, he knocked that lad out. Hardy, I think he was called. So does Josh deserve a shot? Maybe he does, but he's never asked for it. And then you've got Arnold. I've heard a couple of people saying Arnold deserves a shot at the title. And like, I've been speaking to Arnold in the background and I get on well with Arnold. The only gripe with that one is Arnold's coming off 2 losses by stoppage. Like I say, if I had fought Ben and I had been dominated for 5 rounds, I would have went, I'm outclassed, I can't fight. But when I get knocked out in 20 seconds at the heavyweight bare knuckle, it's going to happen. I've had 89 fights in my whole career throughout different combat sports. That's the first time I've ever been knocked out. I mean, I've been dropped where maybe I can't remember the rest of the fight and I've got up and just carried on. But that was the first time ever I've been knocked out in 89 fights. And luckily I can't remember anything, you know, I didn't do it that much. Sorry. But so you're looking and like, you've got to actually thank that Fedor's coming in as well, and you've got if Andrei Arlovski does come in, that's another great signing because it's going to bulk up the heavyweight division. There's going to be more fights. I think it's great for the company. Am I going to get a rematch? Who knows? That's up to Phil, and it's his company. Is he going to let Fedor fight for the title after having no fights in the company? Again, that's up to Dave. It's his company. If he's going to change the rules for Fedor, who's to say he can't? Emelianenko is an absolute massive name, you know, so if he gets in, good on him. But I think I'd still like to have that rematch at some point, you know what I mean? It's, if it's there, I'm available at any time. I'm available yesterday. That's how ready I am. And anyways, moving on, like I say, who can I fight next? If I don't get the rematch, who can I fight? I've mentioned all the other names in the division. I will literally fight anyone, and I think if you ask fighters in the division, you know, like you get them, you know, they pick and choose the fights, and I don't. If you're a promoter and you say to me, that's the next opponent, no problem, I'm in. So anyone that you want us to fight, I'm available. So apart from that, I'm just letting people know I am available. What's next for me? Just waiting for the news for another fight. I've got other news as well. I'm just about to go and look at a new gym. I'm going to start my own gym. I'm going to view that tomorrow. If I do get that, when I go to view that gym, it seems a good location, good property, good size. I'm hoping to start a massive new gym myself in the northeast England, and I think I've been mainly boxing, bit of kickboxing, and a lot of bare knuckle boxing. So if people are wanting a new gym, it's local, it's close to metros, it's going to be a massive facility, and I'm going to kit it all out as best I can with all the money I've got, you know, so I'm going to invest everything I have into it. If you're looking for a new gym and you want experienced coaches, I'll be there. So that's my little input on what's going on at the minute. Apart from that, I'm looking forward to the Italy show. Gabriel and Luigi putting on a good show in Italy, some good fights on there. Jimmy Sweeney versus Rico Franco for a rematch. I think it's a trilogy, I think that one. I'll promise to be a banger, that, you know, two top kids. I like both of them, both hard workers, both very skillful. Be a great match. And then you've got Hayes, he's going to be on it. Hayes is a good operator. He's fighting Panda. Panda's just come off a win in Philadelphia. He fought in the same card as me. He actually beat, I think the kid who Panda beat was the lad that knocked out Joshua just before he got beat off Andy Ruiz. He was a nice kid as well. I was talking in the back, he was a nice lad. So Hayes is going to be fighting Panda. That looks to be a good fight. And then there's another lad on the card called Giovanni. I've cornered him over in England. Come over to England to fight. He's a good game kid. He's Italian native. Fighting in his hometown. That'll be good to watch out. I think I'm going to go over to Italy. Dubai's a 2-day card. I think I'm going to go over there as well and watch them. Get my face out and about. And any luck, I'll get a suntan. So I'll see you all later. What are you doing?